Okay. Welcome, everyone. It's good to have you here. It's another day, another live stream. So, hopefully, you are doing very well. I literally just came back from the gym. So, it's good that you're not in the same room. So, welcome, everyone. In today's stream, we're going to cover the local structures and answer questions as well. There will be more than enough time for questions, chatting, and Q&A. And I need to fill up my water. I actually thought I would have more water in my gym bottle, but I don't. So, yeah. But yeah, we're going to talk about Elliott waves, of course, on Bitcoin, and then we go into chatting Q&A. Expect me to be online for an hour. I am quite limited in time, actually. Very busy day. There's so much that needs to happen. So we'll see if price is going to do anything in the time that we are here. But I just want to go live. I think the last live was, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So just want to have a look together with you and see what is up. And also, I have an announcement to make, which I will do right after the Bitcoin analysis, because then, of course, more people are here, and then by the end, most people will actually hear it, so I don't have to repeat myself too often. But there's going to be an announcement as well, because based on many questions in streams as well as other platforms, Jeroen and myself have actually done something, which I will explain right after the short analysis in the stream. But yeah, welcome Jeroen. He is there. Paul Meet, charts and stuff. What's up, Lenny, Hudson, Royal Q, Engine. Good to have you here from Canada. Perkyo, Legendario, Rahul, Dark Prince Cheese. What's up, everyone? If you do not mind, I actually, no, I'll grab my water later. Let's just get into the content. No need to grab water now. I can do that in a little bit. So, let's get it started. John, welcome. Pandemic, good to have you here. Chuck, good morning. Good morning. What's up, everyone? Just missed out on hitting the 382. Yeah, I gotta say, it's like this is not really looking like a wave 4 anymore. If you would count this as an impulse, this starts to be really big, and there's not really a wave 2 that can match the wave 4. So therefore, probabilities start to increase. You have a finish structure here, right? And if you do touch the daily naked point of control, you have to be very aware of the potential of a flat, and then you move below the daily naked point of control. Like a corrective structure, move down, correction, and then eventually down to take out that low again. We also have an 886 touch locally. We immediately jump in. I haven't even really covered the higher time frame, but if you take a fib from the low here to the high, and you can see we have an 886 touch at the low, which basically means that at the moment probabilities are higher to still take out this low at a later stage. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. It looks a little bit ABC-ish for now, but yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on the local structures. It looks like an impulse in the sea of a flat, where we are now in wave 2. If this is a wave 2 of a flat, then this should be A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But your C is going to be really big compared to your flat. It's going to extend. There's not a lot of support here till we are basically back into the 70s. It's definitely an idea, but then 79 is next, which means your C is going to be quite lengthy. So not really looking at a whole flat structure here, but it's a good idea. Maureen, welcome. Okay, let's start. We're shortly going to summarize what we looked at earlier today, which was the video posted, and explain some of my thoughts. It was actually, I gotta make the videos a bit shorter again. I'm covering quite a lot of stuff, and I'm free-flowing. I'm in my thoughts, and I just chat. And by the end of the video, I look at the time. I'm like, oh, show 20 minutes. But I share as much information as I can, explaining the different structures and what makes them higher or lower probabilities, which in the end is what people come from. No, it's like, okay, so what's going on? What's the highest probability scenario? What's the direction that we have to keep in mind? And sometimes I can explain it in 5 minutes, and sometimes I need 20 minutes. Or you just read the probabilities and you got it in a couple of seconds because it was in the first second of the video. So it can be very simple. Okay, so again, in the live stream, we're going to just focus on this structure. If you have questions after, we'll do chatting and Q&A. I'll answer as much as I can. We'll be here for an hour. And right after the analysis, I have a very special announcement which answers a couple of questions, not a couple actually, questions that we have received over the past many months since I basically started live streaming, which is, over a year ago. And we have worked on a project in the background, and we are about to do a soft launch. So I will explain it. It's very exciting. And I'm sure that you will recognize what I talk about and the questions that people ask, because it happens often during live streams as well, that I get certain questions. And now we finally created something that can hopefully answer those questions very nicely. So more about that after the analysis. BJ, Bay is very Dutch. BJ, welcome. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. 20 minutes is great. Cheers, BTC folks. Yeah, it's always checking out how much time do people have. Phil, if we see a three-way structure, should I label it ABC first or the WXY? If you see a first structure, just label it ABC. Because a WXY consists of, W and Y consists of ABCs. So your W was internally an ABC. All right. So always start with an ABC. John, are the probabilities for Elliott trades? I hear the probability is for this or that, but what percentage probability over 50? You're looking for exact numbers. Let's just say that if I say a probability is higher for this or that, it's always over 50. Because I'll be honest, if I don't really have a good read on the structures, I will say neutral. It doesn't happen often, but there are videos in the past that I have created where I'm like, we got to wait for a bit more information. If price does this, probabilities go up for that. If price does this, probabilities go up for that. But at the moment, we're pretty neutral. We need to be patient. So I'll be the first one to say, okay, at the moment, price action is not clear, and we just got to wait for either that or that, and then we'll know more. But whenever I talk about probabilities, they're above 50. But I am not in a position to say if probabilities for an Elliott wave scenario are 95%, 90, 80. I can. I mean, I have the knowledge because I use it myself. I can. But I know that the moment I do that, many people are going to trade my analysis on YouTube, which is not the goal of the channel. So I just say probabilities are higher for this or that, which means above 50. And all the other stuff trading-wise is for people themselves. But, yeah. Mondo Tab, welcome. Ocontes, Redos, Piot, Royal Q. What waves do you trade? Everything. But I have a couple of favorites. But, yeah, I trade everything. Because the nice thing about Elliott waves is sometimes you don't know if you're going to catch a wave 3 or a wave C. If you're going to catch a wave A or a wave 1. If you're going to catch a wave Y or if it's going to be a triangle, right? So in the moment, your bias should be probabilities are higher to take out the high or the low. Probabilities higher for a retracement. And with that bias, you're going to try to find setups. And then depending on the moves that form in your direction, of course, you need to manage your trade accordingly. Because you might think, okay, I'm looking for a wave 1, 2, and then a wave 3, right? Imagine with the diagonal scenario, right? Imagine here, this is a great example. Imagine you have a wave 1 labeled on your chart, diagonal, wave 2, and a wave 3. But what happens if you look for a 1, 2, 3, but instead it's a wave C, you make a high, you go back down? What do, right? Now, the most important thing is you were correct on the direction and you have to manage it accordingly. But did you know up front it was going to be a C or a 3? No, it depends on the structure. So you got to manage accordingly. But yeah, I trade everything. Some of the stuff that I like to trade was actually covered in the video that I posted in educational content yesterday, which is a video I actually put a lot of work in. The simplest way to use Elliott waves. I use it too. I use what I say in that video. And this is as simple as I can make Elliott waves. I think it's difficult to find a more simple video on how you can actually use Elliott wave knowledge for your trading. If there's any more simple one, then let me know. I'm happy to have a look. Because I am not even counting in this video. I'm not even using the Elliott wave tools. But what I give you in this video is Elliott wave knowledge without the counts that you can look for on a chart, just pure price action, and then trade accordingly. So you're actually using Elliott wave knowledge to get the directional bias and trade without counting, without putting all the mess on your chart, as the screenshot says, without being overwhelmed by all the theory, the rules, the guidelines. And the ones that watch it, hopefully you enjoyed it. It actually took a whole day to make that one. So yeah, okay, yeah, main scenario. Let's get in it. Let's get in it. Start the analysis, and then we are gonna come. Then the special announcement follows right after. So it's gonna be short and sweet because we covered this stuff. So anyway, the probabilities at the moment from an Elliott wave point of view are higher to look for a retracement, which you can see over here. This is the general, right? In general, scenarios that lead to a retracement to the downside have higher probabilities than a multi-1-2, right? Either your high is in or you maybe grab 88, but you're going to be looking for price to create a bit of a retracement from an Elliott wave point of view. And in this live stream, I'll explain why so that you know what you got to be looking for. Now, your arguably most bearish scenario is a WXY double zigzag. So you have a WXY, Y is in, you look for price to take out the lows, which is always the case after a WXY, unless you get a WXY exit, but that's very rare, not preferred. The moment you take out that high, preferably you look for other stuff, because that's your invalidation. Now here you then have WXY. Of course, wave C is very short compared to wave A, which should be noted, right? Because it impacts the probabilities a bit, but you can count this on the lower time frame as a 5-waver, right? I'll show that in a second. And even though wave C is very short compared to wave A, if you can count it as a 5-waver, the structure is leading. So if you can count a 5-wave, you got to be aware that it could be the end of your C and therefore the end of your wave Y. Alternatively, you have the unfinished WXY, right? So you have WX and you get a bigger wave Y, okay? And in that case, this is part of a correction, and then you move back up, grab the high, take liquidity at 88.8K, would be nice, swing failure, and then continue to the downside. But you're still looking for a retracement, which is at the moment the highest probability on the chart, right? Now, a level that I really like to the downside is that daily naked point of control. It's still not touched, but it's one that I keep an eye on, as well as 85.1. Keep an eye on that one as well. And here you, of course, expect a retracement. Second scenario, you also expect a retracement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waves to the upside. You could alternatively put that wave A, of course, on this high. It doesn't change the fact you're looking for a retracement. Minimum target for the retracement is the 382 at 81.8K in a diagonals point of view, where you're going to be looking for a move to the downside being either A2 or AB as the highest probability for a diagonal. Now, the only thing that I struggle a little bit with a diagonal is this wave 4, because it's not a great move to the downside being a zigzag, double zigzag, or triple zigzag. A wave 4 always needs to be a zigzag structure. So therefore, of course, you could still put that 1 over here, you put 2 down, you put 3 here, you put 4 over here, which is a clear zigzag, and then wave 5 and A are put over there. But it doesn't change the fact you're looking at a retracement without necessarily having the exact detail. At the moment I put this on my chart, doesn't matter if you move it to the left. It's the same thing. You're still looking for a retracement, a little bit of support below, and if you miss or if you break the support just below price, then as you can see on my chart, there's not a lot going on here. It's a bit of a gap. So then the next area would be 79.5 on my chart, getting very close to 77, which is written on the thumb Wait, no, that was only the stream thumbnail. I don't think I put it in the banner of the video, the thumbnail of the video. But if I open my boxes, then I have a box here at 77. You want to see what's in there? So we have a weekly naked point of control, a normal point of control, a daily point of control, naked point of control. It's all there, which makes that area interesting, 77K. So here, of course, you look for a retracement where preferably you don't take out that high. Unfinished, right? Local price movement, very similar is what we would be looking for. Either you touch it and then move up, but then eventually you break it. Above 85.1, I don't really have a lot going on till we are at the highs there. Well, there's one level. There's one level. 86.968, right? This one is touched. So, I mean, arguably I can remove that one now to clean up the chart. So the next one is 86.968. Okay. And then you have the highs basically of 88K. But yeah, then again, this point of control and the one over here are important in the local range. Right? But here you would look for a move to the downside again. And this is a retracement after which you expect the lows to be taken. And then you have your most bullish scenario, right? Which quite simply has the lowest probabilities. A diagonal has higher probabilities than a multi 1-2, which would be incredibly bullish, right? 1-2, oopsie daisy. So you have 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and then big 3. But look at the structure. Look how messy, how ugly this is for a multi 1-2. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and you still need a 3. Not great, not great. I just want to cover it just in case you have the big bulls coming in and multi 1-2. But from an Elliott wave point of view, this second wave one, just mind you, we're talking Elliott wave degrees here. So you have a first 1-2, second 1-2, third 1-2, and maybe 4-5, doesn't matter. But eventually you get the big 3. And then you get 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. You need the same amount of 4-5s as you do 1-2s. But each next 1-2 is of a lower degree. And preferably a lower degree 1-2 is a bit shorter in time and price as the higher degree. That's why you have degrees. Or relatively similar. But this wave 1, besides it's a bit longer in price, but that's okay. This wave 1 is 3 times longer in time than the first one. This wave 1 is 3 times longer than this one and 6 times longer than this one. I mean, it starts to make not a lot of sense anymore. And then you have this wave 2, which is already 4 times bigger than this one and twice, maybe getting 3 times the length of the first one. But this should be your lowest degree Elliott wave 1-2. Not great. So that is why these scenarios have higher probabilities, which if you look at the polylines, right? And also here, of course, it ends here, but after green, you look for a retracement. The probabilities are higher for a retracement. And if we push up, then that's perfectly fine because it's all probabilities. But there's no one that's going to tell me that like probabilities are higher for a multi 1-2 here. It looks incredibly ugly compared to other structures like a diagonal or a WXY to the upside. Now, if you're going to take the low, yes or no, depends on the retracement to the downside. So of course, we're going to follow that up. We're going to follow that up locally as price eventually moves. But at the moment, that's your probabilities explained. And also, as per the thumbnail, the arrow down, because we don't do clickbait on the channel. I explain the thumbnails in detail. This is the first explosion. That's the second explosion. You have the arrow that goes down, and you have the arrow that goes down. This is why. My thumbnails generally represent what we are looking for and the probabilities that are the highest at the moment. So I try to communicate in the thumbnail, this is the highest probability, and the video explains why that is. So I explain the thumbnail in a matter of fact. So this is currently what we are looking for. And yeah, very, very locally, we just keep an eye on these levels. Now, at the very beginning of the stream, I'll just make sure I repeat this. This structure is now getting quite long. So if you look at the move to the downside, right, you can see a bit of a range here. We get a move down, right? 2, 4, This is therefore then another 4 matching the 2 here. But this structure starts to be relatively long, so it becomes a bit doubtful that this is a wave 4 matching a 2 somewhere higher up. It starts to be more interesting to look at this as a finished structure. But if this is finished, we touch the 886 here. If you watched my video, where is it? Linktree in the description. Go to educational content or just go to YouTube and look at this one. I think that's the name of the playlist. This is the video. The simplest way to use Elliott waves. If you've watched that video, you know what the 886 means, right? So in probabilities in ranging structures. Oh, we got a range here. So over here, this is the start of your range locally. Price touched the 886, increasing probabilities to still take out that low. But if we would look at this as a finished structure, the moment you take out this low, you would look either for a wave C, right, to the downside, or a wave 3. Now, something that I am interested in would be A, B, C, and then and then a move down. Just tap both. I would prefer to take the lower one first, just to take out the volume here, the point of control, grab that bit of liquidity, move up, grab that one, and then observe the reaction. And that's also what I wrote in the probabilities earlier today, which I have over here, is probabilities are higher for either the finished WXY or the diagonal. In both cases, you're going to look for a retracement. Otherwise, the unfinished WXY, one more high, 88.8K, grab liquidity, then move down. Multi-1-2 is the lowest probability scenario at the moment. In general, scenarios that lead to a retracement to the downside have a higher probability than a multi-1-2. And then I explain a little bit here about how I approach the chart, more from a trading point of view, I suppose. So I have 2 areas of interest on my chart. Right, we are currently in the middle, no bueno, right? Not really interested in all of that stuff. Observe the reaction at the daily naked point of control below, preferably it touches before the 382, which is this one, which is now, because of how long this structure has taken, this 382 becomes less important to me at the moment. This doesn't really look like this range is part of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starts to look better as a separate structure, like a correction of the move down. But then still, A, B, C as a flat would be interesting, and something that I would definitely dig. If you get wave A, wave B, wave C, take both of the pivots out, and then eventually you get a wave C or a wave 3 down at a later stage. Tomorrow there's some more news as well. But yeah, preferably it touches. Keep an eye on signs of strength. I got a question about this earlier today. Like, what do you mean with signs of strength? Signs of strength, which relates actually very nicely to the announcement that I have in a few minutes, because we're basically almost done, and there's a big announcement coming. So stay, be here. So knowing what your signs of strength are also has to do with you. What's your plan? What are the tools you enjoy to use? What do you look for? And I basically, in the YouTube comment section, I replied to him with a whole list of potential tools that you can use. I'm actually trying to find it. Yeah. So someone says, hello Koen. You always talk about looking for signs of strength. Do you have a video covered that shares what to look for? So the answer is, what are basically signs of strength? And then I say, this refers to having your own trading plan and knowing what to look for in order to trade with confidence. It's your set of tools. Think of order flow, trap traders, liquidation, CVD, RSI, MACD, candlestick patterns, volume, DOM, impulse up, correction down, etc. Right? So signs of strength can be anything, but it needs to make you feel confident, whatever it is. Right? It needs to be something that you see the moment it's touched and you get a reaction. And for some people, it takes a bit more time before you enter a position. Some people will enter right here because they see in the order flow trap traders, there's liquidations, there is maybe CVD divergences on the tick charts, which is incredibly low time frame, right? And that gives the confidence. But it just depends on your style, your trading, and etc. Right? So that is what I mean with either signs of strength as well as signs of weakness. The question is, what's your plan? Now and then, of course, see what move we get to the upside. If this one gets passed, then yeah, the high is above. This is still an order block, so It's not completely true what I write there because this is still a little order block just above. So I might actually want to keep this one on the chart as well, which sits between 85,400, 85.7. Okay, time for an announcement, everyone. So over the past months, Jeroen and I have worked on something which hopefully will be incredibly valuable to all of you, because we get a lot of questions since the beginning of the live stream and since I did live streaming. So since the beginning, I started live streaming. I always get a lot of questions that have to do with having a plan. Even in the comment section, I literally just read the question, which has to do with signs of strength. It has to do with having a plan, building a plan. But a lot of people are a bit searching, like, okay, but how do I build a plan? And what does it take? And then I need to journal, right? Because you need to know how your plan works. I made a video about it on the channel as well, like how do you make your plan? However, due to the volume of the questions that we get on how do I make a plan? How do I become profitable? Do I go long or short? Remember those questions, the OGs for sure. We always get questions, long or short, up or down. What are signs of strength? How do I make a plan? Etc. We decided to, and we is Jeroen Waning, he's in the chat here, and myself. We decided to answer these questions by creating a platform that will help you, guide you through 6 steps to make a plan and then be able to journal it. And it is called Hexa Plan. Okay, Hexa stands for 6 because there's 6 steps to create your trading plan. And I have, of course, a video as well. If you would go to my educational content, right? 6 steps, they're also mentioned here. But the platform, which is here, it's not yet public, right? This is all still ongoing. This is not the dashboard in the background. We're going to update all of this. And this is just the basic. But what we have done is create a platform for you guys to build a plan step by step with data, right? So that by the end of having the plan, you got yourself a data-proven, profitable trading plan. Now, the thing then is to execute on your plan and then journal your plan, because it's also a journaling platform. But of course, the big difference with what's out there is that it focuses on you creating a plan as well. Now, we have a beta testing version that's going out soon. If you want to be one of the people that beta tests, right, and you get access to the backend, you can track stuff, test stuff, all the bugs. There is private Discord. We have a private Discord channels that most of you are not able to see. They're all the way up here, right? So you get access to the channels. You can tell us everything, and la-di-la. Jeroen does all the tech stuff, right? So there's 50 spots that we have, and that's it. There's 50 spots. You can just fill in the link. Jeroen posted it in the chat now. You just fill in a couple of these questions. Do you have experience with building plans? You will not be graded on if I am a beginner, I don't get access. No, the first people that fill this in, right, get access. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, doesn't matter if you're experienced, right? We don't care. It's first come, first serve. You will be notified by email. We do, for the participation, require a massive one-time contribution of €1 just because of some stuff in the back end. So if you can't lose €1, then that's unfortunate. But if you can, then please fill in the form, and we will update you by email about the next procedures. You just fill in some of these questions, and then it will come to us. And then by the time we're ready, we're going to send you an email. So the platform, it's not yet live, right? It's not yet live. We are working very hard on it. But because of all the questions that we got, and Jeroen has been here for a long time as well, so he will know, and that's why we got the idea. Because of the questions of people asking, how do I make a plan? Do I go long or short? Is this a great time to buy? I struggle to make a plan. Of course, I had Diamond. The Diamond membership is already there for I think almost 1.5 years now. And in the Diamond membership, it's about creating a plan. So also there, I see what the struggles are and how people do well, do not do very well, or they're struggling with things, the questions they ask, the DMs I get, because many people in Diamond tend to ask more DM questions instead of public because of their personal strategy that they are developing. So based on all the questions, both in public as well as in the Diamond section, we have decided to build a platform. We have been working on that platform, so Hexaplan, for months now. We have a funny story though about the platform, but that's for another time. So we have worked on this for a long time. It's not public. You can't access this front page. It's not finished yet, right? Stuff that you read here is still unfinished. We have to edit it, check it, other pictures of the actual backend as well, the agenda, la-di-la-di-la, right? Like a lot of stuff that will still be improved, but the focus here is that you are able to create a plan going through the 6 steps, right? We are holding your hand. We can't like do more really than this. So the platform is focused on helping you to create a plan, right? And then you keep journaling because you need the journal information while building a plan, after you're building a plan, and by journaling you're going to be tweaking, right? So you have the video. Where is it? There you go. The video here, which is 6 steps, right? Those are the 6 steps. But this platform will guide you through those steps one by one, right? By the end of it, you should have a trading plan that's based on data, which is profitable if you execute it. And then it's on you, right? Then it's on you. So you got to put in the work to then, of course, trade it, because or you put it in a bot and then you just sit back. But it's about creating your plan, and then it's about journaling. Okay, so yeah, that's what the platform is at the moment. In the backend, we have finished everything in the backend with regards to journaling, and it's a lot more, by the way, than just journaling, because at a later stage, we will talk more about like what it's going to be like. This page maybe doesn't yet work because it's still very basic, but there's many different features later. That's all. This is later in the future. We don't yet know. This is all basic. We don't yet know what the pricing is. And this is all just, we need a website, right? We don't yet know. However, what we do know is that the features listed here are going to be part of the platform. And then, of course, also including the 6 steps, which actually, funny enough, we haven't yet put into the list, but that's going to be the most important part. But we first worked on the journaling stuff in the backend. And now, from today, we're going to work on the steps stuff. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'll write a post in Discord and in Telegram, etc. But yeah, it's called Hexaplan because Hexa stands for 6, and there is 6 steps, right? And hex as some Latin, it's a Latin term, and there's a story behind it, which is nice. And then plan is, of course, you're building a plan, and the goal is to build a plan, and then you journal your journey. Also, if you are one of the people that want a beta test, first of all, of course, you'll be in the private Discord and Telegram. But also, if you do, then afterwards, whatever the prices will be, because we'll have to compare in the markets and see what's out there and what we do and the value of what we eventually have. But you'll always have, whatever you choose, it always will be at least 50% discount, unrelated to the subscription, unrelated to price changes, unrelated to whatever comes in the future, because we really value your help there. So yeah. Thank you. That was the announcement. Also, clap to Jeroen, because Jeroen, he's the guy, the tech dude, big brain, and he did a lot of stuff in the back end. So yeah, really very, very nice. Cool. Thanks for the excitement, guys. and girls, of course. Can someone share a Discord invite link? The one in the it's still the same Discord, the Discord one. Yeah, we need to change the upper link in Discord. To be honest. So yeah, Jeroen shared the link here, and I'll put a post in Discord and Telegram and that sort of stuff. So appreciate it, everyone. Thanks also for your support and all the live streams and the comments, because it gives us an idea of what we have to work on in order to help people. And creating a plan is just one of the biggest problems. You can't trade. I had a conversation earlier today with someone. Won't recall the names, but I had a conversation earlier today on Discord in the morning, and oh no, it was YouTube. Wait, it's actually in the comments. I think it's in a comment. So the comment was something like, "I am currently working at a job that I do not like." Oh wait, here. What? Yeah, here. Ooh, sorry. Koens, I have a question. I do a job I don't like. I am scared to start trading as a living. Even I have that much required knowledge. Can you guide me with it? So basically the question is exactly the same as, how do I get out of my job? Well, you need a plan, right? You need a plan. You need to trust. You first of all build a plan and then trust the plan by executing on the plan and building data and then journaling. But you first need a plan, which comes by going through 6 steps. And of course, 6 steps is also this video. You can't trust signals. You can't build your future on depending on another person to give you setups. You can't trade based on pure emotion. It's going to be a losing game. You might get lucky a few times and then shit, I lost my whole account. I've seen people come and go in all the years that I've been part of this industry. Signals, very bad idea, right? I do not support that at all. We are here to help people educate themselves so that you can stand on your own feet. And that by the time that you have your plan, you can just do your own thing. You don't have to listen to anyone, check anything, and whatever. You have your tools, your plan. You can trust yourself. That's the goal. That's called freedom, right? You can do your shit. You can then choose to work or not work because you got a plan based on data that you can execute, or you put it in a bot. It's up to you. It's up to you. But if you don't have a plan in this industry and you're trying to find signals or what's that, what they also have on exchanges, the copy trading stuff, and better to just save your money and go for dinner and spend it there, instead of pushing it in the industry. Right. So have a plan. If you don't have a plan, things go wrong sooner or later. It's a matter of time. You need a plan. So that is where Hexaplan comes from. Luckily, of course, we are not related to anything Hex, so I don't even know about that. Are there still? I mean, I don't know how many people registered, but I can imagine there are still spots left. I don't know. There's 100 people here. If 100 people registered, then not. But just register, because I don't know. I don't have the page open to see how many people are there, but I'm pretty sure it should be good. So yeah, let me have a look at some of the questions. Q&A, right? Chatting and Q&A. What happened? This was the intro. BJ joining. Where were we? We started analyzing when we were about here. So I answered this question in the beginning. But if you're curious, the waves that I trade is, I basically trade every wave because I don't have a specific, I have a perfect, like a certain setup that I like to trade. Like I love to trade the end of impulses. Some of the stuff that I covered in this video, the simplest way to use Elliott waves, I use that stuff myself. It's not, I use it too here. Even though I'm a very detailed Elliott wave analyst, I love precision, right? I love to be very accurate in my trading, in my analysis. The simplest way to use Elliott waves is literally what I use as a foundation, because it creates a certain directional bias which I use in my trading because I like to trade in the direction of the probabilities, which is the directional bias. So I can trade C's, triangles, B's, X's, whatever you call it. And very often with Elliott waves as well, you're looking at two different structures. If you enter a setup here, because you have a nice 5-wave impulse, and this is a corrective structure, so you expect this high to be taken. Now, the moment you take out this high, what's going to happen? That's the question. You have 5 waves up, you have a 3-wave move down. Is this a wave C or is this a wave 3? Well, gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta see what price does. If it's a wave 3, very nice, big trade. If it's a wave C, smaller trade, still very nice. However, this can also still turn into a flat. So you get this, and then you take out the high, take out the low, and then you get your move. Now you already entered over here. The moment it takes out the high, that's your minimum target. Maybe you put your stop break even, you take a take profit 1, and then price comes back down impulsively, you get stopped at break even. Still a little bit of profit because you took your TP1. But then, yeah, it's a flat. And then over here, you got to try and find a new entry position, of course, because now you're like, oh, okay, we might be looking for a flat impulse down and then impulse structures up, bullish CVDs, re-entry. So very often you want to trade in the direction that Elliott waves gives you, right? Either look for a retracement, looking for a high to be taken or a low to be taken. Is the range corrective or impulsive? Make sure to check out this video to understand impulsive corrective ranges in more detail, right? And then we can trade in that direction. Even on the 15-minute, by the way, talking about the simplest way to use Elliott waves and trading-wise, look how nice this is. So you have this move towards the downside, right? You get a move, you get a bit of range, sharp structure down, no? And this is then where you, again, start to, right? You start to create that grind if you've seen the video. So it becomes interesting to look for a bit of a retracement. The steam is off. You have a bit of a longer range here, get a quick move down, and then you start ranging again, right? And then you get another move to the downside, right? And then you start going sideways, right? The steam is off, right? That's like your grinding structure. You're going to be looking for a bit of a move in the other direction, which is what we are seeing. So yeah, it's the basic foundation, I suppose, to learning more about how to trade Elliott waves. By the way, we have a new member, Moopy. All right, let me go down here. Moopy 007, welcome to Silver. Thanks. Cheers. Welcome to the team, and we will give you your role and stuff. Jeroen is here as well as Mark, and so we'll get you sorted in the group. We'll give you access to everything, but that might happen during if you sees it or after. But welcome, Moopy. You probably filled in the form, or if you haven't, make sure to fill in this form, and we will get you sorted. By the way, let me, Jeroen, let me actually share the, or let me do this. Pin. Wait, we actually want to pin the message, maybe. Yeah. Wait, I have an idea. Let me. Never mind. New. Let's see. The quick message here for all of you: beta test the new our new platform to build a plan and. Maybe something like this. Never mind. I mean, this one is good. Where is it? Let's just do this pin message. There we go. That's fine. If people have questions about the link, they'll ask it anyway. And I was hoping for the compendium. That one's coming. I got a message from my lawyer, so that's good because they're working on terms and conditions and stuff. The compendium is planned for June to be uploaded as Kindle, and then after comes the paper version. I gotta be honest, I'm personally very excited about the paper version. So you can do printing by Amazon, which is great. You don't need to change things too much. So once the Kindle version is live, I do expect we can get to the paper version relatively quick. Currently, it's 56 pages, planning the highest quality of paper you can get through the like the Amazon printing, which is also focused on color, which is nice because we have a lot of drawings and color and stuff in the Elliott Wave Compendium. Yeah, I gotta say I'm very excited for the paper version. Kindle is of course online. It's floating in the online world in a world, but I love paper books. I love reading on just holding the book, and it's just really cool to physically see the product. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And then probably by the time the book is out, I will just get I don't know, an X amount of books myself. I'll make sure to sign them, and then we can do some giveaways or sell them with the signature, both probably. It should be very cool. And then also I got to send one to Bob Prechter because he told me if your compendium is finished, make sure to send it because I'd love to have a look. And I told him like, hey, if you like it, could you please sign a couple of pieces, and then we can give them away. And that would be really cool. So I will sign it, and then the legend Robert Prechter will sign it as well. And then you got 2 signatures in the compendium. Yeah, he's such an awesome guy, right? Like Bob Prechter, he's so kind, such an amazing person. Just click on the link above, Parmeet. Samith, how you doing, man? Samith is becoming the gun specialist in the group. Like this guy is absolutely incredible. He's almost like a researcher. Of course, he's a trader as well, but he's done very well for himself with using Elliott Waves, and now he learns more and more about gun, which is incredibly, how should I say it? Learning gun is like learning a whole nother field of research. It's you have Elliott Waves, you have gun, and gun takes years, Elliott Waves takes years, but they complement each other very well. And I actually, because of Samith, I get motivated to learn about gun myself. I just need to find a little bit of time, to be honest. So maybe I got to check off a couple of projects, and then I actually am very interested in learning more about gun. Oh, by the way, Samith, with your DM, please. Like you were like a video or whatever. Just let me know. I'm very interested. Are new members allowed? If you want to join Discord, just Discord is free. It's absolutely public. But if you made a brand new account, then you might just be banned, actually, because there's a scam protection in order to keep the group safe. But if you share your username somewhere, then we will be able to look in the list, charts and stuff. Let me see if I can find you. No, it's not your name in Discord. But yeah, Discord should work. I would probably advise you to go through the Linktree link instead of the link that's top of the description. I really got to change that link. Okay, cheers, Rosie. It's gonna be fun. Thanks, Ice Cube Lady. Welcome. By the way, Ice Cube's Lady, when do you travel to Europe? I believe you were gonna travel. Yes, Kevin. So still 24 spots left, so that's cool. Where's the link? Can I register twice? We'll be able to see it. Would it still possible to join the Discord with a new account? Yeah, absolutely. If you make a new account on Discord, and if you immediately try to join the group, you'll get a message that it doesn't work. Then we unban you, and then you can enter or wait 24 hours. But yeah, either way works. Just signed up for Storytel to listen to Harry Potter and those kind of books, but also remember your advice to read quite some books regarding mindset. Sadly, couldn't find some of the books in the app. Do you or someone in the chat know some good books that are available on Storytel? I do not know. I do not. So first of all, I don't actually know Storytel because I only have physical books. I've never read a like different on an online service, basically. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I see you. Okay, I just unbanned you from the ban list because of the scam protection. Just check if you can enter now. I'm not sure if your account is still younger than 24 hours. I'm not sure if it gets you in the list again, but at least I unbanned you from the list. Could you take a look at the others chart? Yeah, I mean Bitcoin makes me always think of that meme, like Bitcoin. When are you doing something? Others weekly. Let's go up. Oh, wait. I remember what we were talking about here. This was with Liquid Mafia. Give my gift button back. Yeah, it was so much hassle. Like the bronze membership was like what, $2, and we got, of course, a lot of gifts, which we really appreciate. But from an administrative point of view, it's a lot of work from an administrative point of view versus the value of what bronze is, because bronze doesn't really give any like the person getting bronze doesn't get anything, except we always bump them up to silver. But the problem is the administration is not really worth it. Okay, you were able to join. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, I'll have to probably. Oh wait, I see you in the list again. Yeah, okay. Just wait shortly. Tomorrow you'll be in. So in the others chart, yeah, this one is not really too relevant. We were, by all means, of course, looking for a move up. Originally, I had this on my chart on others. It's already a long time ago. Like we actually checked this one relatively recently. I don't know, somewhere here, I think. With Liquid Mafia. But before that question in a live stream, I haven't looked at this chart for ages. So we had this 0.5 is fine for a 4, and then look for 5 up, take the high of 3. But this, of course, move to the upside does look like, I mean, without going in detail, it, of course, looks a little bit 3 wavy, unless you end wave 4 here. And then you need a W. WX. Yeah, you need 2 running flats, man. WX, Y. Low probability. So it looks more 3 wavy, which then got us thinking, because I did this live, that you might still look for a wave 4, which then becomes a flat ABC. Right? And then after 4, then you get your 5 up. So you get a 3, right? Complex structure down. You get a 3, and then you get a 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then eventually 4 5s, and then you look for others to go back up to create a 5th, and after the 5th you go down. That's arguably your bullish scenario. Bearish scenario is 4 is in, 5 is in. This move to the downside, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 5s. Eventually, right, you get a bit of a grind. Remember this video, right? That one. Get a bit of a grind, look for a bit of a retracement. And if this move up is corrective, you're going to be looking for another move down. Take the low. This can't be a flat anymore. You're looking then for a top and then probably ABC down. With the potential of a bigger drop, but we're just focusing on local stuff. Can also be a 1, 2, 3, but. So, yeah. So here you can see this is your quick move. I'm just using theory from this video. So if like after the live stream, if you haven't watched these 26 minutes, it's very valuable. There's so much information that I use myself, but this is your quick move. And this is that grinding structure again, right? That I'm talking about. So you get a quick move and then you start going sideways, take the low once, take the low twice. Maybe you're going to take it again. It's no problem. But once this happens, you're gonna start looking at a turning point. So it starts to be more interesting to look for signs of strength. I mean, you can't trade this chart, but you know, whatever coins and stuff are part of it, I suppose. like the industry, because you're starting to look for a bit of a move up, right? A bit of a bounce. So you're looking then at strength across the industry, I suppose. So that's very interesting. We got a new member, Theo. Theo, my South African friend, Donkey. Buy a donkey. Buy a donkey. Cheers. Welcome to Gold. By the way, Theo, or Theo. I actually don't know if it's Theo or Theo. XO donkey. I will actually be in South Africa in 1.5 months. So I will continue to make content from where I am. There's always a place to make content, so that is good. But I will go to South Africa. Let me think. We will fly the 26th of May and we come back. We fly back on the 17th of June to visit family, friends, and also work from there for a bit. So I will make content. I will continue to do so. We'll provide updates in silver and gold. I'll be active there and whatnot. But we will be in the south. We'll be in the winter sun of Cape Town. It's winter by that time. Moppy, I saw. Yo, cheers, Moopy. The 618 is close. If it makes sense or Nula, that would invalidate it for. That is true. Hexa bro. I wanted to say Hexa bro. Relax, bro. So yeah, if you would take a fib from the high to the low, but I'm not really looking at a 4 anymore. It starts to be very long for a wave 4, which is the reason I'm not really enjoying thinking about a wave 4. It looks better as a finished structure, and at the moment, corrective up because we touched that 886 as per this video. If you haven't, can I get my big mouse, please? Oh, there we go. So this video, very, very, very nice. It's on the channel. So I literally use what I say there. So it makes more sense at the moment. Probabilities are higher to still take out the low. New York is open now. And then it's, I'm interested here. I'm interested here. Those are areas of interest to observe the reaction and then take it from there. Little bit of resistance still here, which is the order block. So that's still a level above the daily naked point of control. But yeah. When I got the silver, didn't get your live welcoming. Yeah, I didn't travel to your country. I mean, everyone here lives everywhere. The countries that I visit the most is South Africa. I live in France and then the Netherlands. I will be in Dubai at the end of this month, but only for 1 day. And I might. It's only luck if I have time to do anything because I'll literally be there for 1 day. So I arrive on the 30th at 3:40 a.m. Then there is token 2049 on the 30th. And I fly back on the 1st of May at 4:50. That's my day. So, because on the 1st of May is my wife's birthday, and there's no way I'm going to miss her whole birthday because I am in Dubai. So I was like, I'm coming back. I just go for 1 day and come back. So, just see everyone, see a little bit about the event, meet some new people, and then go back. I'm from the central region, Free State, but there is a possibility of me doing a trip to Cape Town in that time. Will be lekker to grab a beer. Yeah, will be lekker. I love the South African way of speaking, man. Also, if we speak to the family of my wife, it's fun. It's fun to us as well because I am Dutch and they use the terminology a little bit different at some places. But yeah, absolutely, Theo. Absolutely. Keep me hooked. If you know more, just send me a DM somewhere. Always ready. Always ready. Okay, everyone. We've been online for an hour now. Just to finish with the following, because maybe people have not seen it. So there's a big announcement today, which is also the pinned comment. But if you have no idea what the pinned comment is about, we, over the past almost 2 years, basically, but 1.5 years mainly since I started live streaming, got a lot of questions about, do I go long or short, buy or sell? How do I make a plan? I want to quit my job, but I can't yet trade. What do I do? Etc. Right? There's a zillion questions you can come up with that all relate to only one answer, which is you need a trading plan. So I've been doing stuff with trading plans in Diamond for almost 1.5 years now, helping people to create trading plans. Usually people write me in DM and figure out what they like and whatnot. Now, based on that experience, we eventually also made a video about 6 steps to create a trading plan, because there are 6 steps you need to go through to create a profitable trading plan. But in order to help more people as well, we created a platform called Hexaplan. Hex is 6, plan is you make a plan. And then, of course, there's also journaling stuff in the back and analytics and AI and holy moly, a lot of stuff. We've been working on Hexaplan for the past months, and we currently have a beta tester waiting list, 50 spots only. It's first come, first serve. It's just that. So just click on the link that's pinned in the top of the chat. You'll get this window. This is the website. It's not it's not finished yet. So this is very, very much still ongoing. These are some of the things. The 6 steps still have to be added in this list. The pricing is off. This is not like we'll have to wait and see what we do. But at least, it's not even yet fully working, but at least the backend is working, which is important. So there we go. This is not correct. Like, it's just, we're working on it, but that's why you have a beta test. People get access to the backend, not to the front, because this is not live, and we will still all improve this and, do all the good stuff. But at least, there is a platform that we have now made in order to help you create a plan. Because if you do not trade with a plan, the chances are very slim you'll be able to make it in the market. You need a plan, preferably a plan based on data, which is what we do. So you go through 6 steps. If you want to know the 6 steps, you should check this video to know a little bit more about some of the things that you'll go through. But step by step, you will create a plan that matches your lifestyle, your way of trading. If you have a full-time job, whatever, your tools, your patience level, it's made for you. You're going to create that plan, and then you can track the plan, the data, the journaling, and everything as well. So that is what we did. And if you want to be one of the beta testers, and there's of course a benefit to that as well later on, then just click the link and read a little bit on about what you see there. That is what we did. So hopefully it will help many people, but we're only beta testing. So it will take a little while before it will officially launch, and we're able to really help more people. So, and Jeroen, he is the technical big brain on the background. So now that being said, we've covered the chart. We did our analysis at the beginning of the live stream. We're in a range here at the moment. Of course, New York is now New York is awake, so we see a little bit of volatility. There's nothing really happened here at 2:30 local time, which was an hour ago, and 7:30 we have a speech, so it's in the list of high impact news. Tomorrow we have some high impact news again, but at least it's in the 3-star list. But from my experience, these things don't really give a great amount of volatility. Usually it's this stuff, like the core PCE tends to create some stuff, the NFP, right? And then occasionally, of course, you have new US president. You expect some volatility, but generally this week, yes, it's in the list, so that's why I mention it. Might get volatility, but generally it's quite calm. So we'll see if we'll see what happens on the chart. Doesn't mean there's no volatility, by the way. The news is just in case, right? If the chart moves out of nowhere, keep an eye on the website. Trading Economics. I'm not affiliated to this. I'm not partnered. It's just a great website, and I can make it black, which is nice for the eyes. Thanks, Odin, for the tip. So, yeah, very, very nice. Order blocks, I can actually be very quick because order blocks are relatively simple. So, first of all, for the theory, if you have price goes up, blah, blah, blah. And then if you have a move down, and then you always get that like one candle, right? Or a couple of candles, and then poof, you continue going down. This is your order block. It's very easy to spot a good order block as well. So you have a move either up or down, you get like a candle or couple in the other direction, and then you push and you continue, which leaves you with an order block. Now let's see on the, we're going to go to 4-hour time frame. See if I can find a nice one on the chart. So this is order block confluence with the daily naked point of control. Now some people here will of course say this is just support resistance flip, but of course you have move down, sideways range, right? You expect a bit of a reaction there. Let me go higher. You can do this on any time frame. See if we can find something solid. Of course, on the local time frame, I currently have an order block active on my chart. Let me clean this up. Oh, here's a nice one. This is like exactly what I explained, right? You get the move down. Let me zoom in. Otherwise I can't see. You get a move down, one candle other direction, and poof, right? That's like the nice ones. So very good. Move up, sideways up. This was one as well. Up, one candle, big up, comes back down, tests the order block. You continue. So you get the idea, and you can do this on. So you don't you want to have a clear move up, one candle. That's I like that. So you go to higher. So there's multiple candles here on a 15, but then if I go up in time frame, I like to see one candle. But yeah, that's nice. Just in the middle of a move. I don't really like the start of moves or very, very grindy, right? But if it's in the middle of a structure, also here, you can see there's not really any big moves here. Either before or after is like slow. It's not interesting. It's not worth it. So it's nice to have a candle that's in the middle of a structure. This was a great one as well. I think this was like 3-day or weekly. That's your 49K bottom on top of this range, and the range then creates your order block. Ooh. There you go. If you go back to videos in June, July, you will see this, because I had a target box here where for people, my support resistance boxes, and I had a box here which included the order block as well as the value area high of this range, which was part of my support. So when do you expect to start with beta? Should I think in weeks or months? Well, the beta, so the beta testing will start soon. So just finalizing some little things, and then it's on. So that's not going to be a matter of weeks. That's more like a matter of days, or maybe a week or just over, but it's not going to be a long time, because the backend, a lot in the backend, especially with the journal stuff, is already in there. Like you can already journal, get analytics, and there's a lot of stuff we have, but now we want to also do the 6 steps. The journaling was just easier to start with. And now we'll add the 6 steps, but probably as people test stuff, we just add things to it, like the 6 steps and etc. So it's an ongoing process. It will be, people have access and they just test, they find bugs, maybe there's some things missing or whatever. And then as people are in the platform, we just keep changing and adding and doing new things, and we'll update everyone in Discord in the channels over here. So yeah. Very, very nice. Okay, everyone. It's time for me to take a shower because I literally went straight from the gym to I still got my gym watch on as well. I went straight from the gym into the live stream. So it's good you're not in the same room as me. I had a leg day workout. Jeez. Tough. And gotta get a shower, gotta get a shake, gotta have some food, and get myself sorted. Which platform? I forgot the minute that I explained, but it's the link in it's the link here. It's Hexaplan, which is a platform that Jeroen and I have worked on for months in the background in silence. First I mentioned today. It's a platform to help people create a plan by guiding them step by step through 6 steps to create their plan, right? And then journal and collect data and all the there's a lot of analytics you get and insights, but the focus is you create by going through 6 steps, you create your plan. And that's why it's called Hexaplan, Hex 6, and then plan, make a plan. And then afterwards, of course, journaling tools, analytics, AI stuff, and we have a lot going on there. So it's a new platform that we've created. It's only in the beta test. It's not live. It's literally only in beta, right? There's a lot that needs to happen. This is the page, but this is not on. This is going to change. Probably everything you see is going to be optimized, changed, new text, better photos, whatever. It's all going to change, but it's this. This is the link. If you click the link, then you will enter this page. So we've been working on it for months based on the questions. Do I buy or sell? Do I go long or short? Do you have signal service? How do I make a plan? I want to quit my job, but I don't trust my analysis. I want to have like freedom, whatever. Many questions. It all relates back to if you don't have a plan, it's very difficult to make it in the industry. You need some sort of a plan. And of course, with Diamond, I help people to create plans. So I have some experience there over the past 1.5 years. And the questions asked, some of the problems and whatnot. Usually people DM me about their about creating their plans and strategy. Now we also do this. So Hexaplan can help a lot more people. The website is not yet live, Rajat. You can't access the actual website, but the link is here for the to be one of the beta testers. And then the only 50 spots. It's first come, first serve. There's just people fill in the form and that's that. And once there's 50, doesn't matter if there's 30 or 100, but eventually the backend goes live and people get access to the backend. But the front end will still be off because we got to work on it. So we're trying to it's thanks to you guys. Like we hear it, we hear the questions and all the comments, and it makes us think what we can do and build and invest in order to help people reach what they want to do. They want to maybe quit that job, have that bit more freedom, have a bit more money to go to a restaurant with the wife, like whatever it is, right? Live from trading. But yeah, you need a plan. And I always hammer on having a plan because I have a plan and I know how difficult trading is without a plan because that's how I started. So, yeah. So hopefully we can shorten the time it takes to create plans that way. But it's time for me to go have a shower and then continue this stuff because we're not yet finished. So thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate you being part of the live stream. Take care with the local price section. You know what we're looking for. I will put the timestamps in the VOD of this live stream. Of course, not much has changed compared to the video earlier today, except for the very local range at the moment. And retracement has the highest probability. Right? Either have the high in or one more high and look for a nice little move down, to be honest. But take it easy. Have your areas of interest, which I have, as mentioned, the daily naked point of controls or the highs at 88, and then we'll take it for there. We'll take it from there. So thanks for being here, and I will see you in Discord, Telegram, or anywhere else. And then, of course, tomorrow will be another update if the market gives us some new information that we can work with.